G'day everyone. Today I'm bringing you a brand new level 7 layout, and as you can see, overnight it's cranked up 4 nice defense victories, no losses. The thing I love about this is that I've had a crack at creating a player versus player and heroic defense layout. And I think the first really viable time you can do that is about level 7. If you get your armory unlocked, you can really create some fantastic layouts like this one, and it's going to get you some awesome wins. So here we are, just replaying a couple of replays. You can see I've got the burst turrets at the back there. It comes straight into play because they're on the edge of the map. Brilliant turrets. I've got armory buff on one armory buff on them, and then I've got 2 armory buffs on the rocket turrets to cover the attacks from the other side. So I'm actually a little bit stronger from the other side, but because the bursts are so lethal, and because they can't really tackle them from long range without coming through those rockets, they work really well. The other thing is that I've left all of that back section open, and I'll go through the layout in design mode in a moment and talk to you, but you see that big gap where there's no walls? That encourages a lot of attacks through the top up there. But another type of attack, which I'll jump in and show you, is from the bottom section. So let's jump in and have a look at that one as well. So you can see I've been winning quite a lot of defenses. I was playing around with it for a little bit, for a couple, and I've picked up about 6. Oh yeah, I picked up 6 in a row since I've changed the layout. So going very nicely. Haven't lost yet, and I'll give you an update on that shortly as well. But let's jump in and watch another attack. Again, they start their attack just picking off the single structures in the corners to make sure they don't forget anything. Then they drop up the top. Bit of a mistake that immediately trips the squad center, brings it into play with those jets killing everything. Speed it up a little bit. And in come TXs, which are a great unit, but you don't want them coming in trying to take out boosted rockets directly, and they just mess them up really quickly. And then the jets were sitting there helping out, and it goes south pretty quickly for him. Alrighty, sorry Redbird. Let's jump into the design. Just grab these resources so I can start getting more. Always want to be upgrading everything as much as you can. Apologies for my voice today, I've got a little bit of a cold. Not my usual sultry self. Got a bit of time for that heroic defense. So we'll jump into layout mode first. Okay, so you can see that as usual, no gaps for them to drop inside the base. We've got that big gap for the walls that I mentioned up the top there. Squad center trips all the way around here, but hard for them to trip it too early from the other direction. We've got some resources to encourage them and also to save us resources. And importantly, that contra will bring them in as well. But importantly, you can see that there are no gaps along the wall, so heroic defense won't trip behind us, which is excellent. That brings it from the outside and through those rocket turrets. Also got the, might just swap these around, make it slightly better. Also got up the top there, you can see the air command and the hero command nicely hidden at the back from heroic defenses. Doesn't really matter in player versus player. And we've got the barracks there too, you might have noticed, for later on if you get guard reserve. I'm not using it, but if you wanted to, this is already a pre-prepared layout for guard reserve as well on the barracks. So the shields are nicely set back. Got the droid car tucked in there, and actually got the droid car Kessin shot covered, so they can't go through that way. And if they bait him and then bring him to a corner, it's covered this way. could even make that slightly better. Yeah, actually I'll do it now. Let's make it the best layout that we can. So cover the shot completely from the corner there. That's better. Just that much harder to bait and take the shot. I don't really think too many level 7 players are going to be taking a Kesson shot, but I'd like to cover it anyway just to make sure. And similarly, that's now covered. Good. On the other side, they bait to the corner. The shot is covered from there as well, which is the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, they've got to try and move the droid to car somewhere else, and it just gets all too tricky, too hard. Unless they're really skilled, want to take a shot on, take it while it's moving, or they double bait it. Alrighty, so you can see in the armory, I happen to have got the jetpackers unlocked. If you don't have any boosted troops, I mean, you could use Gamorreans, you could use heavy desert soldiers. If you don't, and you've got the turrets, this is also a great combination and will work perfectly well. In which case you may want to have something in the squad center more like bikes. If you've got boosted troops, go with the boosted troops with this layout. So as I said, heavy soldiers. You want something that'll last a little while. The rebels are no good really. It takes too long to request them to get people to fill you up. Let's jump in and do this. But TXs are good. Jetpackers are brilliant. They're the best if you can get them because they can't be taken out by air. Alrighty, we're off and running. I don't have my squad center. Shouldn't need it. Just going to drop my heroes. Probably don't even need all my heroes to be fair. Maybe not at all. Yeah, Kesson shot. I'll hold it. Oh, look at that. Poorly played by me, and it still won't matter. Luckily, the layout will do the work for me. I was a little bit distracted. I don't want to lose my droid to cast, so I'm just going to keep an eye out. If I can, I want to try and keep him alive. He's handy for the layout for defense. Also, I hate having him not available for attacks as well. So I'm just going to keep an eye out for anything that might be dangerous to my droid to car. Here comes some bikes. Let's try and get this as well. There we go, nicely sorted. That other bike is picking him off, and I've got nothing but B-wings, but should be fine. I don't think he'll kill my droid to car before the rocket turrets come into play. And in fact, my droid to car will start carving him up pretty quickly too. So we should be fine. I say that, I don't think he's going to survive. Oh God, having a shocker. All good, no worries. At any rate, you can see, lost the droid to car, didn't really have much air, didn't need air, lost my heroes pretty quickly because I messed those up. Terrible hero defense from me, to be honest. Absolutely terrible. But the layout is just rock solid. 14%. It will just smash hero defenses, especially once you get your turrets up. If you get most of them up to level 7, it's just going to rock hero defenses. Going to smash them every time. Going to smash most players who come and try and take this base on. And in fact, I'm going to start trying to do some heroic defenses, not using any air, not using any squad center, and not using my heroes. And I suspect I'll still be picking up 3 stars, no problem at all. And at this point, it has a 100% success rate, heroic defense 3-star wins, and player versus player wins. Has not been beaten so far. Fingers crossed that continues for some time, and this will really help me to grind out some of those conflicts as well. If I can pick up a stack of defense wins on some of those green planets where the Imperial players are active, that's going to make a massive difference. It will push my base, and if you copy it, it could push your base up to Ultra Chrome nicely. So feel free to give it a try. Just pause on the screenshots that I've provided, copy it, make sure you don't leave any gaps. It's important to get it exactly right. The combination of turrets is also important if you can copy those. Alright guys, take care, smash those imps, and I'll catch you soon.